What's up, Rad family? 2016 is gearing up to be the year of virtual reality. With consumer models hitting the shelves this year, more people are going to be able to experience this new way of gaming for themselves. As a fan of all things horror related, the main reason why I am so intrigued by VR is the promise of bringing a scarier horror experience. And boy, let me tell ya, they kept their promise. So for today's video, I comprised a list of the top 15 most suspenseful, thrilling, and downright terrifying games you can play in VR. I used a combination of personal experiences with playing some of the games, watching Let's Plays here on YouTube, and critic reviews to narrow down the list to the ones I think are must-plays for anyone looking for some VR nightmare fuel. They aren't ranked in any specific order, so let's get to it. Number 15. Dread Halls. Dread Halls may appear like a simplistic game, but don't be fooled. Waking up in a dark, medieval-looking dungeon, you are left to peruse the twisting corridors with only a dim light in hand on the search for the exit. Oh, but don't go into this game thinking you'll be all alone. A horrifying creature is hiding in the shadows, waiting for you to cross its path. Your survival is dependent on your courage and efficiency. With the tense background noises and turns that put you on the edge of your seat, Dread Halls earns a spot on this list for its immersive, suspenseful atmosphere. Number 14. Affected. Affected has nightmare fuel for everyone. Divided into 3 chapters called The Manor, The Asylum, and The Carnival, this first-person survival adventure game will put your courage to the test by incorporating some of the most common fears plaguing the population. Designed for the Oculus Rift, the thrilling atmosphere will draw you in so effortlessly that it'll leave you asking yourself why you put on the headset to begin with. Gory, gritty, and downright terrifying, Affected earns its spot on this list. Number 13. Slender the Arrival. Creepypasta fans, add this game to your must-play list immediately. And non-creepypasta fans, also add this to your list because this game is nothing short of horrifying. As the follow-up to 8 pages, this game is bringing the major creepy vibes. Similar in concept, you must go on the search for hidden pages and also complete tasks, all while roaming the not-so-empty wilderness. The graphics are great and really help immersing you into the spooky woods. When a snapping twig has you jumping out of your chair, Slender the Arrival is rightfully on this list. Number 12. Disillusions. While I think anyone seeking a creepy experience can enjoy this game, manga fans, this is right up your alley. First things first, the graphics aren't great. This game obviously wasn't made for VR as the controls are stiff and the resolution can get wonky at times. But I think what it lacks in graphics, it makes up for in a creepy experience. Playing as a duo exploring a rumored to be haunted location, you soon find out something is lurking in the darkness. Disillusions is a good time. Well, I guess that depends on what you consider a good time, and I think it's worth a play. Number 11. Don't Look Back Chapter 2. If you dig dark, creepy mazes, Don't Look Back is for you. Your main objective in this game is to make your way through the labyrinth of corridors in search of the 5th door. As the title states, you shouldn't look back once the game has begun. While it may seem like easy advice to follow, it's not, and you'll soon see why. The suspense builds as you continue down the long, narrow hallways, leading you to terrifying jump scares. Knowing they're coming doesn't make them any less scary. If anything, I think that anticipation adds to the nervous suspense. Number 10. Mental Torment. Mental Torment is a very fitting name for this nightmare of a game. Promising to bring horror to the next level, this game is based on common fears such as the dark, feeling lost in tight spaces. Combining them together, you're left to fumble your way through a creepy maze in search of the lonely exit. The graphics are insanely beautiful, making the terror that is the gameplay all that much more immersive. You'll have to withstand around 30 minutes of hell in order to reach the salvation that is the real world if you're so determined to ride out the nightmare to the end. If you have incredibly high visual standards or are just looking for a truly horrifyingly lifelike experience, this is definitely the game for you, and that is exactly why it's on this list. Number 9, Asunder Earthbound. Asunder Earthbound is a fun and dark adventure. If you like fast-paced decision-making, I think you'll want to give this a try. Set in 1936, you play a passenger on an airplane. While trying to conceal your identity, you must complete tasks to learn more about your mysterious backstory and where you're heading. Decisions come with consequences and cause impacts, so make sure you think before you act. This game may not sound really sinister, but trust me, it gets creepy real fast. Number 8, House of Terror VR. House of Terror is the VR game for anyone that loves haunted house rides and wishes they could experience them all year round. As the name describes, you walk through a dilapidated house that is filled with traps, puzzles, and creepy things. You must tolerate the terror to investigate and find clues in hopes of finding a way out from this hell. This game is a hoot and a half, especially if you play it in a dark room by yourself. Number 7, Among the Sleep. Among the Sleep is a unique experience. You play the character of a toddler as you explore a spooky dream world. You must complete tasks to figure out what's going on and how to make your way back to the warm safety of your crib. This game makes cute, creepy, and it's a lot of fun. The storyline will pique your interest, and the sinister atmosphere will leave you completely uncomfortable. Among the Sleep deserves a spot on this list for its refreshingly different plot. I recommend it to anyone looking for a different horror game. Number 6, Paranormal Activity VR. Holy guacamole, this demo has lots of people excited and terrified for the full version, which should be coming out sometime this summer. The demo has you exploring a dark and creepy modern home like the ones you see in the series, as you must find tools to help you continue your unsettling adventure. The point of the game is to place you into the story, playing as one of the unfortunate characters you see on the big screen. As a huge fan of the movie series, I think the game looks so rad, and even if you're not into the movies, I think you may still find this experience hair-raising. Number 5, A Chair in a Room. Chair in a Room has a very simplistic gameplay premise. You sit in a chair armed only with a torch, and scary things happen all around you. As uninteresting as that may sound, this game is on this list for its powerful immersive feel through the use of 3D audio and darkness. When it comes to horror movies and video games, what you don't see is often more terrifying than what you do see. As you're stuck sitting on the chair, you can move your head around to see quick glimpses of clues. Piecing together what you're able to see with the flickering light, you must try to figure out what got you in this room in the first place. Don't underestimate this game by its simplistic design. This game packs quite the jump scare. Number 4, The Forest. The Forest is one of the most anticipated horror games for VR. While it's still in early access phase, the game is already said to be one of the best VR horror experiences, showcasing the true potential of VR by creating an expansive and detailed world filled with deadly threats and eerie vibes. The Forest should be on everyone's must-play VR list. Transported into this magnificent world, you play as the only survivor from a plane crash that has left you stranded in a creepy forest. But just because you're the lone survivor doesn't mean you're alone in the forest. Throughout the game, you must fight to stay alive and defend yourself from a group of cannibals. The game is just so incredibly impressive, and it's not even finished yet. Number 3, The Town of Light. If ghosts, jump scares, and haunted house don't do it for you, The Town of Light just might. The story is frightening and realistic, transporting you back in time to 1938 Italy. The main character is a 16-year-old girl locked up and forgotten about in a criminally insane asylum. You uncover the horrors that was her life and the horrible things that took place behind the thick, isolating walls. This psychological adventure is haunting, chilling, and seems all too real. The world is stunning too, just making immersion into this nightmare even easier. Number 2, Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation has taken YouTube by storm, and for good reason. In VR, this game is downright terrifying. I'm talking about sweaty palms, hair raising on the back of your neck, sitting on the edge of your seat, terrifying. Taking place 15 years after Alien, you play as Amanda, Ellen Ripley's daughter, and are left to survive the chilling and dangerous world as you are determined to learn the truth about your mother's fate. The world is violent and deadly, especially for you as Alien has its sight set on your presence. From the second you enter this world in VR, you'll be in a state of fight or flight. If you're looking for a horror experience that wraps you up in anxious and panicked feelings, this is just the one to do that. And number 1, Outlast. There is so much that can be said about this truly scary game, but on the off chance that you're able to dodge the plethora of Let's Plays here on YouTube, I don't want to give it all away. The plot is wonderfully detailed, the graphics are gory, and the atmosphere is so tense, you'll be clenching your butt cheeks throughout the entire journey. The sweating begins right off the bat as you play as a journalist exploring an asylum that is said to have some messed up things going on in it. And trust me, when they say messed up things, they mean it. I don't want to give any more away because I definitely think this is a game you must play, or at least watch someone play, because it is nightmare fuel. I have a feeling that nightmares are about to get a lot more intense thanks to these games. Keep in mind, I made this list based on what's available at this moment. Once VR really takes off commercially, we're going to see bigger, longer, and even scarier games released specifically for VR. And I'm so looking forward to what's to come. Let me know down in the comments which horror game you're most excited to play in VR. And if you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up so that I know you liked it. And if you're not yet part of this Radtastic community, well, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join today. Until next time, keep up the radness, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.